nombre del Padre, del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo. Amén. Dios te salve María,
Llena
eres
eres
de
de
gracia.
gracia.
El Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres, y bendito es el fruto de tu vientre Jesús. Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros pecadores, ahora y en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Here we are.
Aquí estamos.
So, I think the thing we want to make sure people understand is that the Lenten retreat begins Sunday at 3 o'clock at Sagrado Corazon in the church hall.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes on for 3 weeks on Sundays at 3.
Uh-huh. Entonces lo primero que queremos aclarar y pues recordarles es que el retiro de Cuaresma parroquial de Corpus Christi va a empezar este domingo y van a ser 3 domingos seguidos a las 3 de la tarde en el salón parroquial de Sagrado Corazón.
Yeah. And the actual presenter is going to be a film.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
On the Eucharist.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll break down into little discussion groups afterwards. And then I think refreshments, right?
Yep.
Some light refreshments, not a meal, but...
Entonces las presentaciones van a ser unos videos y después de los videos vamos a hablar en los grupos y después de eso vamos a tener un refrigerio, algo ligero para compartir.
Yeah.
For those who have not gone to Sagrado before, Sagrado Corazon, the access, if you need wheelchair or you cannot go downstairs, stairs or something, you can just go around all the building and park in the behind the building. There are few parkings there, but it's just few steps to go into the hall. Or if someone is going to bring you, can just drop you there and go park in the parking lot and come back. But for all the English parties, everything going to be in the hall. And for the English, for the Spanish, we are going to start downstairs, and after that, we are going upstairs.
Yeah.
Entonces, para los que nunca han estado en Sagrado Corazón, pues hablando en español, me imagino que todos los que hablan español ya han estado en Sagrado Corazón, pero les recordamos que también pueden entrar, como todo va a ser en el salón parroquial, en la parte de abajo, podrían entrar por la iglesia de arriba y bajar las escaleras, o si tienen problemas bajando las escaleras, darle la vuelta al edificio, parquear ahí, o dejar a quien tengan que dejar y parquear en el parqueadero normal, pero recordarles que pueden entrar por la puerta de atrás, que llega directamente al salón parroquial.
Yeah. So that's these 3 weeks. And then the first of the 3 weeks is the weekend that daylight savings time begins.
Yep.
And the second is the weekend of the 24 hours for the Lord. So there will be confessions on Friday and Saturday of that weekend. And then I think the following weekend is just a normal weekend. Well, whatever normal is by then, yeah.
So far.
Right. Yeah.
Pero sí, el primer fin de semana que vamos a tener el retiro, es decir, este fin de semana que viene, es el día en que cambiemos de hora, entonces para que estén pendientes de no llegar una hora más temprano a todo lo que vamos a hacer. Y el siguiente fin de semana, es decir, el segundo domingo de retiro, vamos a tener el viernes y el sábado horas extendidas de oración, de confesiones, viernes y sábado, para que estén pendientes también, y no vamos a hacer solamente nosotros, sino muchas iglesias alrededor de la diócesis van a estar escuchando confesiones en horario extendido.
Yeah. So the 3 weeks of the Lenten retreat, and then the following Sunday is Palm Sunday.
Entonces el tercer, cuarto y quinto domingo de Cuaresma, que es cuando vamos a tener el retiro, y el siguiente domingo de eso es el domingo de Ramos, que como pues ya sabemos cómo es el domingo de Ramos, pero además también vamos a tener un servicio penitencial el domingo de Ramos a las 2 de la tarde.
Yeah.
So yes, a reminder, on Palm Sunday in the afternoon we are going to have a penance service as well at 2 p.m.
2 p.m. at St. Mary's.
At St. Mary's.
Yeah.
And Santa Maria. And St. Mary's.
Yeah. Yeah. All of the above.
Yeah.
Yep. So lots of opportunities for reconciliation for the sacrament of penance. And we'll have visitors here for the Palm Sunday penance service. And in the bulletin, it also lists other times on that Friday and Saturday, the 17th and 18th, when there will be confessions being heard in area churches.
Okay. También en el boletín vamos a poner las horas en que en ese viernes y ese sábado en que va a haber horario extendido de confesiones. También vamos a poner los horarios de las confesiones que están siendo escuchadas en las iglesias del alrededor.
Yeah. First penance doesn't happen until April.
Yeah.
So while we're talking about all the penance services, first penance is in April, and First Communion, the first 2 Saturdays in May. Yeah.
Entonces, para recordarles nomás, la primera penitencia, el primer sacramento de reconciliación para los niños que están preparando para los sacramentos va a ser el 22 de abril. Ya ustedes debieron haber recibido el correo, las cartas y los papeles que nosotros les hemos dado con las fechas, pero nada más para recordarles eso. Y el primer sábado del mes y el segundo sábado del mes de mayo vamos a tener las primeras comuniones también para que estén pendientes y para que sepan en qué fecha ustedes van a hacer la primera comunión.
Right.
Pues, sus niños.
Yep. So that's good. What am I forgetting? I think that's all.
I think next Sunday is the second Sunday breakfast of the Knights of Columbus.
Yes, the coming Sunday.
Yeah. So take your time, and if you have the kids in CCD, you can bring the kids to class, come back, have breakfast, and maybe to bring something so you can pour some breakfast for your kid after the classes or whatever. So that would be
They can
good.
eat in the car. They can eat in the car.
Yeah, they can eat in the car or in the
I
house.
couldn't get away with that, but you know.
So, este domingo que viene es el segundo domingo del mes y como todos los segundos domingos del mes, los caballeros de Colón ofrecen el desayuno aquí en la parroquia, que normalmente es entre 8:30, que es después de la misa de las 7 de la mañana, y 10 de la mañana.
8.
Between 8 and 10.
8 and 10, I think, or 8 and 10:30.
Okay, entre 8 y 10 de la mañana ellos ofrecen el desayuno, entonces para que tomen su espacio y vengan y compartan con otros parroquianos. Igual si tienen niños en la catequesis, pueden dejar a los niños en catequesis, venir, desayunar y de pronto traer un platico, que les den un platico para que el niño pueda desayunar pues después de su catequesis.
Yep. Yep, that's this Sunday. Busy Sunday. Stations of the Cross continue Friday nights at 6, and soup and bread in the St. Joseph's Church Hall at 6:30.
But this is the last Friday at St. Joseph.
The last Friday at St. Joseph. After this Friday, it switches over to St. Mary's for the last 3 Fridays before Good Friday, not counting Good Friday.
Entonces, para recordarles que en inglés por lo menos este viernes va a ser aquí el Vía Crucis en San José, y por todos los viernes después de este viernes el Vía Crucis en inglés va a seguir siendo en St. Mary's. y el Vía Crucis en Sagrado Corazón siempre es en Sagrado Corazón a las 9 de la noche. Pero la sopa y el pan que están ofreciendo el grupo de mujeres se va a mantener aquí en el Salón Parroquial de San José durante todos los Vía Crucis de Cuaresma.
Yeah. Uh, and I think it's at the end of March, but I don't know the exact date, but it's full already. There is a workshop for decorating Easter eggs. Pisanki.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those of you who came to the Multicultural Festival, you know what we are talking about. They are awesome.
Yeah.
So
they really
if
are.
you have the opportunity, so
Yeah.
but
It's signed up. It's all full.
yeah.
Yeah.
When is going to be?
Oh, it's the last Saturday in March, I think. I forget, but
Okay, it's going to be here.
it's here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Entonces, para los que estuvieron en el Festival Multicultural y vieron cómo los huevitos estaban decorados, también se va a ofrecer un taller para eso, en que había inscripciones para allá. Se llenaron, pero de todas maneras va a ser el último sábado de marzo aquí en el Salón Parroquial de San José.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an amazing
It's a nice art.
handiwork. Yeah.
Yeah.
Craft. Yeah. A lot of things happening. So, some time ago, Father Michael and I were talking about we can't use the metaphor you used because it has a brand name.
Yeah.
But so there is, we can use the real one. There is a Catholic internet service called Formed, 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 which a parish subscribes to, and then the members of the parish can sign in free of charge because the parish picks up the tab. So Father Michael's doing all the heavy lifting on this one and checking out exactly how we do that. But so we hope to have that up and running within the next couple of weeks, so that it provides Catholic internet programming, movies, documentaries,
Life of Saints, is even programs for kids and the sacraments, even games, trivia. It has a lot of things. We are going to give it to you, pues, and later on I'm going to teach you here or on Facebook and on our webpage how to access and what to do, so you are going to be able to go into all of this. So it is a great source just to keep you informed and to form yourself at home watching these videos and this information.
Right. Yeah.
Entonces, estamos trabajando para obtener algo que se llama Form, MORMED.org, que es un programa, un servicio de internet católico que nos presta la oportunidad de ver muchas películas, series, documentales, material para adultos, jóvenes y niños, para crecer en nuestra fe católica. Entonces, más adelante les estaremos informando cómo acceder, y ustedes no van a tener que pagar nada y va a ser algo gratis para que ustedes crezcan en su fe y también lo puedan usar para crecer en fe en familia.
Yeah. So that's even better than I don't know. It's better than a chocolate Easter egg, I was going to say, but I don't know, I'm very attached to chocolate Easter eggs. But anyway, so yeah, that's coming up. And are the films that we're using for the Lenten retreat
From Form.
from Formed?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're part of that whole thing.
So, in the way that we are going to be teaching, that I'm going to give you the instructions. So if you are unable to come to the retreat, but you also want to see the documents and the video that we are going to be using, you are going to have access at home as well.
Yeah, that's good. And they'd have to have their own refreshments, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to provide refreshments if they're at home.
If you stay at home, we cannot bring the refreshment. But you come to the retreat, we are going to give you the refreshment.
There you go. Yeah. I think that it's a quiet week in Lake Wobegon here. I think we're caught up on announcements. So we keep repeating over and over again. But I keep thinking there's something else, but I think we're pretty well covered. And like there's no news about things that have happened because fortunately all of the buildings are working. There's heat when there should be heat, and none when there should be none. An uneventful week. That's one thing that pastors pray for.
Y como buenas noticias también es que todos los edificios están trabajando y pues no tenemos pues malas noticias que darles en este momento.
Yeah. We have had a large number of funerals though. That is very sad. Many families are grieving at this time of year. Sometimes the number of funerals increases around holidays. I don't know what the reason for that might be, but we're not quite into the holidays yet, and yet the bulletin board here has maybe nine sheets for funerals or graveside services. So it's really a difficult time for many families. So if you happen to know any of the families that are affected adversely right now, don't hesitate to assure them of your prayers and do what you can to reach out to them.
Entonces también les contamos que hemos tenido muchos funerales últimamente y tenemos muchos funerales que van a pasar en el tiempo corto en el futuro. Entonces el Padre Larry nos invita por si conocemos a alguien que esté pasando en esa situación o alguien cercano de nosotros que esté pasando en esa situación, estar presentes para ellos, orar por ellos y darles palabras de consuelo en estos momentos difíciles también.
Yeah. CCD is perking along. There's no is there a spring break in there for the kids?
I don't think so.
No, they just keep plugging along.
Yep.
Okay. That's great. Well, they won't have class for Easter.
They won't.
No. But leading up to that, and then it won't be long after Easter that everything is over. Yeah. Wow. Another school year.
Yeah.
And a challenging one, I think, for a lot of the children. Getting back into some kind of a regular routine has been a challenge, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And also, I think this is a 3-year period. It seems hard to believe that this is, or next week would be the beginning of the lockdown for the pandemic. And so a lot of things have happened in those 3 years, not all of which we were completely aware of because everything was kind of shut down. So, it's a matter of reconnecting, I think, and different parts of the country, I think, are doing that at different ways, and it's hard to tell what's the right thing to do. The COVID bug is still around, along with this respiratory thing that's there, and so there are still, for those who are in poor health, there are still a lot of challenges. And for all the medical personnel, they have been out, straight with all of the care that's been needed and the extra shifts, and they've been real heroes. I mean, we hear that term used, and it's not amiss. It's an apt description, I think, of the service that so many people have given to the community. And we always advocate for that, but it's not easy, because they have families of their own, and their own the burdens of life that are uniquely theirs, and they reach out to help other people with their struggles. So I think this is still a time of adjustment. People are making new decisions. We're seeing an uptick in baptisms and weddings, which is wonderful, because we're certainly seeing an uptick in funerals. So it's wonderful to see that there are young couples who are bringing their children to the church, and that's... Well, there was an article on the television the other day about a baby bump. Okay. There's an increase in babies following the pandemic because young couples had more time, but they also were able to work from home, and for many of them, their finances were a little easier. And so they made other decisions with regard to starting their families. And that whereas the population of babies in this country had been on its way down, it's kind of settled down and might be just rising a little bit. Now, whether that's a trend or it's too soon to tell. But there are more babies. Yeah.
Entonces el padre le daría la connotación de que este año ha sido pues un año difícil para los niños, especialmente, no solamente en la catequesis de las escuelas por todo el tiempo que estuvieron en casa, y al adaptarse de un modelo irregular a un regular nuevo otra vez ha sido muy difícil, no solamente para ellos, sino para todos los retos que ha presentado de todas las personas alrededor del mundo en diferentes áreas. Y el padre Largue hace una noción especial a todos los que prestan el servicio de salud y a todos los que prestan el servicio a la comunidad en estos momentos para salir adelante y pues cambiar las cosas. Pero también dice que las buenas noticias es que mucha gente fue capaz de dedicarle más tiempo a su familia y cambiar las cosas, y que también estaban diciendo que hay un boom de bebés, entonces que las familias están creciendo, y que como todo el ambiente durante los tiempos de encierro hizo que se compartiera más, que se conociera, que las finanzas fueran un poco más cómodas porque se tenía que gastar menos en muchas cosas. Entonces se sintió la confianza de empezar una familia, y eso es algo muy bonito.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that could be it.
Eso sería.
Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia, el Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres, y bendito es el fruto de tu vientre Jesús. Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros pecadores, ahora y en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy